Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it has been quite a while since I have filmed anything, and you're probably all wondering what happened. I am still pregnant, and so we're going to go ahead and we're going to recap that. The last time I filmed a pregnancy update was for weeks like 26 through 30 or something like that. My last video, I said I was going to record in a couple days, and it's just, I'm 36 weeks along. At least the last 6 weeks, I don't know what happened. But it got crazy. So, first we'll just do a real quick recap of the baby, and then we'll go ahead and kind of tell you what's been going on. So like I said, I'm 36 weeks pregnant, and actually I'm like 36 and 5 days. And my little app here says that the baby is about 18.75 inches long and weighs about 5.75 pounds. Okay, so that is the stats on the little nugget, and pretty much all my apps just keep saying that he's still gaining weight, becoming more round. By the end of this week, he will be just 3 weeks away from being considered full term. He's likely head down. If not, they may try to manually manipulate. He is head down. And it says, you're probably feeling very anxious to have your baby. He will continue to grow, and the amniotic fluid around him will decrease as my body begins to absorb some of it. That's about it. So, I think in the last video I said that, or I told you guys that I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. So I'll kind of give an update on that. It's been emotionally, I don't want to say hard, but really frustrating and annoying to me, especially the first couple weeks that I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. It's kind of, you're kind of trying to play catch up because your placenta is the problem. So it's stopping how your body is producing, how your body is producing the insulin to break down the sugars that you eat. So when you're first diagnosed, they kind of give you like a week to kind of figure out where your numbers sit, what your fasting numbers are, and see where they want to start you on insulin. And then when they, if they're going to. When they started me on insulin, they were just like, okay, 10 units at night before bed. That's it. So I started that. And then the next week I went in there and called, and they're like, no, okay, go up to 15, and then it was 20. And it seemed like every single time I talked to the diabetic nurses there, they were upping my insulin. And it was like every 4 or 5 days that I was talking to them in the beginning. Because the problem was when I would wake up in the morning, my numbers were way high. Well, after a couple weeks of that, and thinking, like they had given me a parameter of where they wanted my numbers in the morning, and they wanted me in the in the 70s, and all my numbers seemed to be like in between 80 and 85. So I thought I was pretty close. And then you talk to them and they'd be like, "Oh, well, they're good numbers, but you know, let's up your insulin again." And it was just this never-ending circle. Well, finally, they got my numbers down to like the low 70s, like 71, 72, but I was so sick. I was like waking up with headaches. I felt like I was just going to pass out. It was horrible. And so I was telling the nurses that, and they're like, well, your body's just been so used to being so high that it's kind of thinking it's in trouble, so give it a couple days to adjust. So I went for like 3 or 4 days that every morning I woke up thinking I was dying. Like, it was horrible. Like, oh my God, my sugars, like, I should be on the floor, I think. And then I test and I'm like, oh, 73. Oh, well, okay, I'm not that bad. So we got that under control, and I ended up, right now I'm at 35 units at bedtime. Then, on the flip side of that, my lunch numbers started getting too high. They had told me that after 2 hours of eating lunch, they wanted my numbers below 120. And I would sit between like 112 to 117 is about where I was sitting. And even though that was below 120, they still weren't happy with that. They wanted me a little bit lower. So then they added 10 units of insulin in the morning. And this is a slow-acting insulin. So now I take 35 units at night before bed, and then I take 10 in the morning. And that helps me keep my lunch numbers pretty steady, around 90 to 100 normally. I have found there's a few foods that I absolutely should not positively be eating, and it's not anything like I anticipated. Like, I'm still having like Oreos for bedtime snack, but the insulin at night is helping. Or during the day, a couple times I've had a soda and it's not affected me. The things that are getting me are breakfast if we're running behind and I don't have time to make a nice breakfast, or don't have yogurt in the house or whatever. I'll have a quick bowl of cereal. And an hour after having cereal, I'm supposed to test, and they want me below that 140 after an hour, and I never am. But once lunchtime comes and my morning insulin has kicked in, I'm fine. So I still have some elevated once in a while for breakfast, so I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at when I talk to them today. But whatever. That is the update on that. It's just frustrating because I had my numbers where I thought they wanted them, and they're like, yeah, that's where we want them, but now we're going to go lower. So I'm just like, I've told everybody, once this baby is delivered and that placenta is out, somebody better bring me sugar, some soda. I'd like some bread, and all these things I can't have. So, or shouldn't have. I do with moderation, but I want my diet back. I probably shouldn't go back to how I was eating because I'm just going to not lose weight. But, so, that is that. I do get twice weekly checks because of the gestational diabetes. I don't have to have any more girl scans. My last girl scan was December 1st, and I'll show you a picture of little Wubba. Here is the little guy. Hey, so cute. Ain't he cute? He still has no name, you guys. No name, Mr. here, and I am 36 weeks pregnant. He's never going to have a name. So we're not holding that from you guys. We just have not settled some of the names we loved. We've tossed. Some of the names we didn't really like have kind of grown at us. The only thing we do know is his middle name will be Richard after my father. So that is all we know on him. So that was my last scan. I will not have any more unless something drastically happens. So I'm going to the doctor twice a week. Both appointments during that week, whatever you want to call it. I have an NST done just to kind of check, make sure he's still moving, doing his little accelerations and such. And then I am to the point now where it's a weekly OB check as well. So last Thursday was my first weekly check where they actually went ahead and they checked the cervix. Oh, side note, since starting my diabetic journey here, I think in my last video I told you guys I was 175 pounds. I've only put on 2 pounds since then. So I'm at 178. So my weight has drastically slowed down. The baby's still putting on weight, which is exactly what we want. I'm just not ballooning up like I was. So it's all going to my belly now. It's all going to the baby. Anyways, so I had my first check and I was quite surprised. And the doctor was a bit surprised as well. So I've been telling everybody it absolutely hurts for me to sit if I'm not sitting on something soft. It hurts to walk. My waddle is ridiculous. I'm just like, I feel like my hips are completely gone and there's a ton of bricks just sitting on my pelvis. So when she checked me, the first thing she said was, wow, he is right here. Like, he is down. He is ready to go. And every single ultrasound that we have had, that is where he's been. He's been so low that the technician has been like, I'm sorry. You know, I hope this doesn't hurt, but I need to get a good picture. And they're taking the wand, and they are down low to get, like, his features of his face and things like that. So he's always been low. I'm kind of nervous he's going to come out with, like, cone head or something, just because of how he's been sitting. Most of the time, he's even facing left. Like, he's down, but he's facing left. This last ultrasound, I think he was facing right. But very rarely, I can tell you that happens very rarely, because I can tell you exactly where he is in my belly. He's always in the same spot. I'm always getting kicked in the same exact spots. The same spot is hard, the other spots are always soft, so I kind of always know where he is. Every once in a while, he'll do a flip, but he doesn't stay there for long. So she told me that, and then she started checking my cervix. I had not thinned at all, but I was already 3 centimeters. So she was pleasantly surprised, because if I have not had this baby by 39 weeks, we will be inducing, just because of the gestational diabetes. And on my ultrasounds, I kind of measure about 7 to 8 or 9 days ahead. And they don't want the baby to get too big. His weight is, in the beginning of December, he was almost 6 pounds, I think. So he's probably almost 8 pounds now. Who knows? So she really wants me to go on my own between 37 and 38 weeks. So she was pleasantly surprised that I was already 3 centimeters. My first son I was induced at 39 weeks because I'm a planner and I wanted to know when he was coming. And I started at a 0. My daughter, again, induced at 39 weeks and started at a 1. So I'm already past that. There were no signs of labor. I was having contractions here or there, but nothing really exciting. That was last Thursday. Go forward 2 days to Saturday. I woke up, I'm really not feeling well. I'm having like the menstrual cramps, and they're pretty consistent. They've got me going back and forth to the bathroom. My lower back is really hurting me. I'm not feeling well. I almost feel like I'm like first trimester, like I'm gonna die. Like I need my medicine, I'm gonna puke. Or vomit, or whatever you want to use, sorry. This is a pregnancy video. I assume you people are ready for the TMI that's about to come. So, I just really wasn't feeling well all morning, and then by about 12:30, I really wasn't feeling well. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and I had discharge. A lot of discharge. I've never lost my plug before. All of that's always been done at the hospital or whatever. I've never noticed that happened. So I went to the bathroom, I did my thing, and I noticed that it was happening. I'm like, well, that's really weird. About a half hour later, stomach cramped really bad. Went to the bathroom, and I'm positive it was part of my mucus plug coming out because it was kind of had blood in it or whatever. So I yelled for my husband. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm afraid to leave the bathroom because this keeps happening every time I go to the bathroom. And like I said, my stomach was just cramping so bad. He's like, well, go ahead and call the doctor. Called the doctor, explained to them what was going on. Of course, my OB is not there. It's a different one on call on the weekend. And she says, well, we're having a horrible snowstorm. If you want to come in, go ahead, come and get checked. We have no problem checking you, and we'll see what's happening. Okay. So I got a babysitter here. We headed to the hospital. It's normally a 20-minute drive. Because of the weather and the roads, it took us about 45 minutes to get there. Got there, got checked into our room. They kind of let me just relax for a while, and it took about an hour before the doctor, she arrived to the hospital, and she checked me, and she's like, you're the same. 3 centimeters, maybe 3.5, and everything else is the same. Nothing's changed. I'm like, are you kidding me? These cramps are bad. She's like, yeah, we've got you on the monitor, and I was registering some pretty good contractions, but they weren't consistent. There was nothing. Like, I had to get a couple in, 10 minutes, and then I'd get nothing for, 40 minutes. So she's like, get up, walk around, do your thing. We'll see if we can get this going, and if not, I'm going to send you home before the roads really get bad and it's nighttime. So that's what we did after an hour of me running around, trying to do whatever. Nothing changed. So I asked her, I'm like, how can I not be thinning or anything? She's like, well, it's still very thick, so you could be losing a little bit, but it's pretty good there. You're probably not having this baby today. She goes, things could change. Your body could decide, hey, let's do this and just do the whole thing, but probably not. So we came home. That was Saturday. Yesterday was Sunday. I had very minimal contractions. Nothing exciting. Still having that thicker, with a little bit of dark blood tinged mucus discharge. It's disgusting. And that's about it. Now we're sitting here Monday. It's about 10:30 in the morning. And I'm back to feeling like I have the flu. Honestly, I just want to be sick. My stomach hurts. I'm getting the cramping again. I'm in and out of the bathroom. I don't know what's going on, you guys. It's my doctor says it's obviously early on, the beginning stages of labor. And we'll see if my body decides to roll with this or what's going to happen. Tomorrow I have an NST test. Thursday I have my 37-week check. And then we will go from there. So, that is where we are. Still no baby. I'm going to back this camera up and I'm going to show you my baby bump. And then hopefully, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to be a lot better with filming videos. And you'll see my 37-week update in a couple of days. I'm going to be really bad at filming videos. And the next video you'll see, I will have my son, who will hopefully have a name by then. Comment down below which do you think is going to happen first. I'm really bad at this, you guys. good thing this is not my full-time job, and I just do this for fun, and hopefully somebody out there watching, you guys are enjoying this or laughing or something. So, alright, let's do the belly. So, here is my bump. 36 weeks, guys. I'm big. I have no idea. It's not very good lighting. I am big. This is a maternity shirt, thank goodness. But that's my maternity band right there. So, that is it. I have no stretch marks on my belly. I don't have that line that people, usually get. I've never, with all my children, ever gotten stretch marks here. Get them here, and I get a big old booty, so I get them here. But I don't think I have any new ones. Not that I've noticed. So, that is it, you guys. 36 weeks and what did I say? 5 days? See you in a couple days, hopefully. Bye!